Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Trader Jeff Moore, author of the book Trading Part-Time, CEO, lead instructor of the Trading Part-Time University. And in this training video cryptocurrency lesson, I'm going to talk about exit strategy. Okay, you must have an exit strategy so when this market explodes, you know exactly what to do to either get out completely or scale out. I'm going to share with you my game plan. Plus, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through an Ethereum Bitcoin trade demonstration. When I talk about an exit strategy, I talk about things such as holding on, but also trading. So that's why this demonstration with Ethereum and Bitcoin is so important, because I'm going to share with you exactly my technique for trading and accumulating either more Ethereum or more Bitcoin, okay? And so hopefully you enjoyed this cryptocurrency video lesson, and if you would like some more information, then of course check out our master course. All right, see you here in a second inside the training. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Trading Part-Time University. Today is October the 24th, 2019, and what I want to talk about is exit strategy. Okay, now you need to have an exit strategy. Okay, where are the points that you're going to sell? And maybe you don't sell. Okay, but I'm going to just share with you some thoughts on an exit strategy. Now, number one is you need to be, let's just write this down. You need to be aware of the different exchanges. Okay, be aware of the different exchanges. It's very important. Coinbase, for example, Pro. Right now, you have WooX, you have BitTrue, you have Bittrex. There's a lot of different exchanges. Okay, now you need to be aware, because remember, when it comes time to sell, you're going to have to send your cryptocurrency from your wallet, whether it's a cold storage wallet or a hard wallet, to the exchange to sell. Okay, so you need to know and be approved with the different exchanges. The KYC, know your customer, that's what that stands for, KYC. Get everything lined up. Get all your security levels in place. Okay, get all your security levels in place, level 1, level 2, level 3. Because again, the higher your levels of security, the more you're allowed to withdraw. Okay, so when we're talking about an exit strategy, you must be aware of the different exchanges and get approved. And again, we have videos on that. Coinbase Pro, we have BitTrue, Bittrex. Okay, there's tons. I like Coinbase Pro and a lot of the Binance. Now, Binance has Binance.us. It's not available yet in Texas, but by the time that you're ready to sell it, then it should be fine. But again, get on there and research the different cryptocurrencies. But you have to be aware of the exchanges. Okay, that's the first thing when it comes to exit strategy. You need to be appointed and approved on these different exchanges. Okay, that's one of the things, because once a bull market hits, and I missed the last bull market, I got into cryptocurrency in April 2018. April 2018, literally just 3 months after the explosion. So I just missed it. But one of the things that they were saying was a lot of people couldn't even sell because they had no off ramp. They weren't appointed with the exchanges, and the exchanges, because there were so few at that time, they were crowded up, and because of that, they were slow, or they couldn't even send their money to it. So it was tough, delayed. But now there's so many different exit ramps, way more than we used to have there. But you need to be approved on a couple different exchanges. KYC, get all that approved. So that way, when it comes time for you to exit, And again, WooX Exchange. Right now, the WooX Exchange is not operating, but I believe that it will. It's a solid exchange, so that one might be fine as well. So be aware of the different exchanges so you can send your money from your wallet to the exchange. And if your intentions are to sell it, sell it. Okay, so let me share with you. Now, this example, I'm just going to assume, okay, let's just assume 50 Ethereum. Because again, there's two things here. There's people and there's people that trade. Okay, and you can do both. I do both. Now, I'm going to show you in a minute a trade that I'm currently in where again, one of my main strategies is to sell Ethereum against Bitcoin. Try to play off the strengths to accumulate more of the coin. Then, I can then sell it or I can just accumulate it. But number one is assuming 50 Ethereum. Let's say you have 50 Ethereum. What is your exit strategy? Again, this would be, I'm just giving you kind of an example of an exit strategy. So what you might say is 50%, which in this example would be 25 Ethereum. You never sell. Okay? So 50%, you just say, you know what? I'm in this bad boy for the long haul. I'm not going to sell it. I'm just going to put it in a cold storage wallet like a Ledger Nano S. And I'm just going to leave it there until the cows come home. Okay? Never sell it. Because who knows? Right now, they're in the process of changing the monetary system. So when everything goes digital, this could last for decades and decades and decades. And we don't know the future. So you might just tell yourself, you know what, 50% I'm just going to put away and I'm never going to sell it. Because you don't want to be the Bitcoin pizza guy, right? You don't want to be that guy who sold his 100,000 Bitcoin for like 2 pizzas that would be worth, I don't even remember how much they said, but several $100 million. So maybe you use this methodology that, hey, you know what, 50%, I'm going to cash out here. Okay, and again, this is just a hypothetical example, but it's something you got to think about. So that leaves 50%. So then what you might say to yourself is, I'm going to sell 10% at the all-time high. At the all-time high. Now, how do we know what the all-time high is? So if we go over here and we look at, let's go to Coin Paprika, www.coinpaprika.com. This is Litecoin market cap, but I think I've shared this in another video, but I really like this because what it does is you can actually go here to all-time high. Right there. Ethereum's all-time high, which was hit on January 13, 2018, was 1,432. Now, you may not want to sell at the all-time high because remember, what do you think most people are going to do? There's people that got into the Ethereum when it was around that. And they're just begging for it to get back to 1432 or around there. So a lot of people, that might be a psychological level where people would jump in and sell just to get back to their break even or close. So what you can do is, instead of, let's say, 1432, maybe you say at or near the all-time high, 10%. Now, what can you do? You could just sell it outright and pay bills. Again, 10% would be, in this example, remember we started with 50. We have 25 that we're never selling. And then in that particular case, 25 left. 5 or 10% of that is, in this case, now what I'm doing is I'm taking 10% of the whole, because we have 50% left. So that's 5,000, right? Or not 5,000. 5 Ethereum. Okay? 5 is 10% of 50,000 is 5. Okay? So that is, and if we did that, that would be 5 Ethereum. So if the price is worth 1,400-ish, then taking my calculator out, 1,400 times 5, that's 7 grand, right? $7,000. Now, what can you do? Like I just said a minute ago, you can cash it out, or you can play the game, okay? Because you have 7,000 profit. So what you can do is, remember, this is where your charting skills come into play. You can watch the chart, and if Ethereum's going up, they've got these impulse moves and these retracement moves. You know from the Forex school, the impulse moves are the move with the trend, right? So you can pull impulse moves. When it gets to a high and you see it rolling over based on your chart skills, you can then sell it for USD. In some cases, it might be USDT, Tether, but a stable coin. So what can happen is, let's just look at this. So I have $7,000. The chart is going up. I'm selling it. Let's get my box. Right here. Okay, I'm going to sell it right there. And then what I did was I protected my $7,000. So here's the next cool thing. So now the chart starts to go down. So what does that mean? That means Ethereum is getting cheaper. So then when you see it start to base, maybe form a double bottom, a reversal pattern, what can you do? You can then take that $7,000 and now you can buy cheap Ethereum. So what you could do now is you're just playing with that money. So now instead of maybe in this particular case, remember you had 5 Ethereum? Well, maybe now you're able to buy 10 Ethereum. So what did you just do? You just gained 5 Ethereum. Okay, and so what you could do in that particular case is cash out all 10 coins, or you could take out the original 5 and then trade with the other 5 and say, look, I'm going to take out 5 for cash money, but the other 5, I'm just going to do the same thing. When a chart goes back up here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to sell it, or in this case, exchange it. You're not really selling it. You're exchanging it for USD. And then you do the same thing. But it's what you had already played with, okay? Or you just take the 5 Ethereum and say thank you. Again, this is an exit strategy. Hey, Rodney, what's happening, brother? Just going over crypto, and I'm talking about an exit strategy because this is something that you need to think about. Yes, the prices are in the tank, but they're not always going to be like that. Okay, there's going to be a time where you're looking at your portfolio every freaking minute, and you're going to be like, I can't believe this. I know a gentleman, and I'm not going to say his name, but he did a talk, and I'll tell you, he made over $17 million in cryptocurrency. And those gains basically all came in the 2017, early 2018 bull run. 17 million. Now, I'll tell you something that'll make you sick. This guy is in his late 20s. Late 20s. Okay? So, he made $17 million. He's not even 30. That's crazy. And I remember what he said as he was speaking to the group. He said that he remembers going to church. And he remembers when he got into church, when he left church, he looked at his portfolio. And between the time that he got to church and left church, his portfolio grew $1 million. He said that there was a stretch that I want to say he said every like 2 hours, his portfolio was going up like $50,000. So maybe $25,000 per hour. So my thing is cryptocurrency's in the tank. I've never experienced that big run. I was not involved. I got involved in April 2018. But today, there's a lot more on ramps and off ramps. There's a lot more, I'm going to say not hype, but there's a lot more use case around this. Big institutions, companies are using it. And so when the next run hits, you need to have your exit strategy. So I'm just giving you hypothetical exit strategies, okay? So you sell 10% of the all-time high, and you can trade it, have fun, do what you got to do, okay? So what is the next? So then, and the all-time high was, let's just say, right around that $1,400 per coin. Boy, what I wouldn't do for it to be $1,400 per coin right now, right? Okay, so then you might tell yourself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 20%. 20%. So in this case, 20% is, if the 10% is 5, yeah, so 20% would be 10, right? So 10 Ethereum? Yeah, 10 Ethereum. And so in that particular, and remember, you're still, in this example, I'm assuming that you're not trading it, okay? Because if you were doing my strategy of trading it, because you learned how to read charts and you learned all the stuff that we teach in this class and the Forex class mainly for the price action, which you all right here have access to that price action course. Just get in there and you got to want it. You got to want to learn, okay? You got to learn how to trade the different markets because there's money in different markets. And when one market is slow, or maybe you're experiencing a little bit of, kind of a losing streak and you're frustrated, jump to the other market. Say, look, I'm going to give this market a break. I'm going to give my option market a break and I'm going to stay with the Forex market. Or I'm going to give my Forex market a break and I'm going to just trade crypto for a little while. It's good to know how to trade the three markets. So you take 10 Ethereum. Now, maybe that 20% 10 Ethereum is at $5,000. You tell yourself, no, you don't have to say 5,000. Okay, but what you could do is you could say, well, 20% of this 50. Remember, because as the price is going up and down, you have this 25 Ethereum stashed away in a cold storage, so you're not even touching. So 20%, which is 10 more Ethereum at 5,000, that's $50,000. 50 G's. Now, what can you do? Well, you can spend it, or you can do the same thing. You can trade it. You can say, look, it goes up, sell out for USDT, goes down, buy back, and now instead of 10, maybe you have 15. Then you cash out the 5, right? So then, again, this is just a hypothetical example. Okay, and then you might tell yourself the other 20%, which in that case is 10 Ethereum at 10 grand. At 10,000. So that would be 100K. Now, if you've been playing these moves, you'll have a lot more Ethereum because you're playing the strengths. That's what's so cool about crypto is, in order to be successful when it comes to trading, is you got to learn how to play the strengths and the weaknesses. And if you can learn how to use your price action skills and technical analysis skills and play the strengths and the weaknesses, I'm going to show you what I did a minute ago. Because again, my favorite, I've already told you, is I play Ethereum versus Bitcoin quite a bit. And I'm basically just exchanging Ethereum for Bitcoin, Bitcoin for Ethereum, Ethereum for Bitcoin. Like, that's literally what I'm doing. Because I'm trying to gain more, right, of whatever coin. And then as I'm gaining more coin, cashing that coin out right now, pay bills and stuff. So at 10,000, that would be $100,000. 100 grand. So what can you do? Well, the same thing. You can trade it, but just assuming that you never traded it, you just took out money along the way. Assuming you had 50 Ethereum, you could take 50% and never sell. So that 25 Ethereum at this point is worth 250 grand. 10% at or near the all-time high, which is 5. Another 10 Ethereum at 20% when it hits 5 grand. And then another 20% if it hits 10 grand. And even if you spent all this, you still got your 25 Ethereum. Okay? That is just an exit strategy and how I am playing with my crypto. Okay? But understand that when this happens, and I have no idea when it's going to happen because I did not participate in the other one. I heard that it's crazy. Your portfolio may shoot up through the roof. You don't need to, at that time, start scrambling and tell yourself, oh my God, what am I going to do? You need to have an exit plan before. And have that for each one of your cryptos. This was just Ethereum. If you've got Bitcoin, have an exit strategy for Bitcoin. Don't be the pizza guy, right? Don't just sell because you're like, oh, it's great. And the next thing you know, a year later, it's quadruple, right? Have some that you hold on to. Maybe, I mean, it's your choice, but have an exit strategy for each, maybe for Ripple, I mean, if you've got, I don't know, 25,000 Ripple coins, then have your strategy, right? So just have an exit strategy, be aware of your exit strategy so that way when the time comes, you're good to go. For example, back on this trading, and I'll do this here as a bonus. We're talking about playing the strengths and the weaknesses. Okay, let me show you something right here. Okay, this is my favorite pair to trade. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Now, this is the 4-hour chart. Okay, this is the 4-hour chart. And see, now I see I did hear something recently. I'm glad I did. Big move. So the green right here represents where I, in this case, bought Ethereum. Okay, so this chart is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So as this chart goes up, Ethereum is gaining strength against Bitcoin. This has nothing to do with the US dollar. Ethereum might be going down against the dollar. In this case, I am just focusing on the strength of Ethereum against Bitcoin. Okay, that's it. So the green circle represents where I sold Bitcoin for Ethereum. Yeah, sold Bitcoin for Ethereum. And the yellow circle here is where I sold Ethereum for Bitcoin. So let's take a look at this. And I've talked about this in another video, but let's go over here. Like recently, what I did was price got down here. Ethereum was cheap. So I took my Bitcoin and I sold it for Ethereum. Remember I talked about playing the strengths, cashing out the US dollar, it goes down, buying more. You can do the same thing against the dollar. The problem is right now, no damn pair is moving up against the dollar. So you'll be waiting. Can't do that. So anyway, that's where I sold or bought Ethereum. So then what happened? Went up, started to roll over. What did I do? Sold my Ethereum for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was cheap, at least against Ethereum, so I was able to scoop up a little bit more Bitcoin. So understand this, that now that I sold Bitcoin, I want this chart to go down. Because if it goes down, Bitcoin is now becoming strong against Ethereum, and then I want to buy back Ethereum cheap. I don't want this chart to go up, but if it goes up, it's okay because I still got Bitcoin. I'm not losing anything. And remember, if you're following my strategy where you have a percentage that you're just never touching, You left it alone. Then if it goes up, that's fine. You're still making money on your large bag, right? Small bag, large bag. I don't know what you want to call it, but let's say your large bag, right? You're still making money on your large bag. Your little bag, again, I sold it. I have Bitcoin. So you're still fine. I mean, I want it to go down, but if it goes up, I'm okay because I still got Bitcoin. And guess what? If it's going up against, well, it could be going up against the dollar. So if Bitcoin is going up against the dollar, well, then I'm making money. So you're fine. But you have to have patience. So look what I did. I did nothing here. Boom, double top, right? Potential double top. Okay, maybe we're going to start coming down. Oh, look what happened. We fell back down. We finally hit this double top and we fell back down. Bounced off of that and went down. Okay, good. Because now Ethereum is cheap against Bitcoin. Okay, finally made it back. So what I did was I said, look, I want to buy back into Ethereum. Again, I was hoping it dropped, all the way back down to here, or at least way down here, but it a minute. So if it come down here, start to reverse, I could buy back. But what I did at that time was I put an order to buy back my Ethereum at the price that I sold it. This way I don't lose. Okay? So then what happened was, went down, kissed the support level, and I could have put an order right here, but that really wasn't much. I could have put in an order to buy Ethereum here. I could have got a little bit more. So let's just say I was trading 25 Ethereum. I might have got an extra 1 Ethereum, which was fine, but look what I did. Now the green circle. So what happened was price bounced up. I bought back into Ethereum at the price that I sold it. This way I could, if I didn't lose anything. Okay. Now I want this chart to do what? Go up. And if it comes up here and forms a triple top, what I'll do then is I'll sell my Ethereum for Bitcoin because Ethereum is strong and Bitcoin is cheap. Go back to my example on my exit strategy. Part of your crypto you're not doing anything with, but the other part you can trade it or cash it out. I might cash out some, or what I will do, I'll tell you straight up, is I'll take that's 5 and I'll trade it and try to make 10, and then I'll cash out 5, but I'm trading with the other 5. Okay? Like what I'm doing now. So let's go forward. What's happening now? Oh, it went down. Now, boom, and it's going up. Good. Now, my Ethereum is gaining strength against Bitcoin. So I am hoping this bad boy comes up here, maybe gives me a bearish pin bar like that. Some type of nasty price action sell signal. And guess what I'll do? I'll sell Ethereum for Bitcoin because Bitcoin's cheap. And if it goes up after that, that's okay because I still have my large bag making money. My large bag is still making money. And then I'll just do like this. I'll wait to see if it ever comes back. And if it does not ever come back, then that's okay. I can go trade it against the US dollar. That's what I'm doing. And right now, I'm back up. That's good. So I'm glad that I sold my Ethereum because I'm gaining more value. So hopefully that training video was helpful on an exit strategy as well. Let me see this. So exit strategy, example of Ethereum, and trading demonstration. Because I want to turn this into a trading demonstration. Okay. Oops. Because I believe this is a video that you need to understand. Have an exit strategy. Okay, whatever that is, have an exit strategy, and then have options as far as what you want to do. Okay, so and a trading demonstration. So hopefully that was helpful. That's just what I'm doing. I'm just telling you straight up. This is what I'm doing, and I want you to do an exit strategy for each cryptocurrency you own. If you don't have any cryptocurrencies, you should get some. You don't want to miss the boat, right? Okay, it's fine. If you don't know how, go back and watch the videos in the course because we talk about how to do it. Okay. All right, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that training video on exit strategies and then the trading demonstration on how to accumulate on how to accumulate more free crypto. Right? Exit strategy. Trading demonstration on how to accumulate more free crypto. That's what we do. That's why cryptocurrency is so cool. Because you can't do that on the Forex, man. That chart goes down. We got to get out or we're done. All right. All right, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that training video. Until next time, this is Trader Jeff Moore, author of the book Trading Part-Time, CEO, lead instructor of the Trading Part-Time University. If you want to learn more about cryptocurrency, then I highly encourage you to check out the Trading Part-Time University, where we teach option trading, Forex trading, and cryptocurrency. Make sure you go to my YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel, @TradeMore. I have a bunch of free videos on there, both for options, cryptocurrency, and Forex. Check it out. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time.